Hello, ladies, gents, and succubi feeding on my life energy. Welcome back to the realm of pain. As you can already see, I have foregone my virtual avatar for reasons of pain. It's all related to pain today. I got the flu shot, and my lymph node is inflamed. I use a strap that goes around my torso to track the movement of my hands. Son of a bitch, I was like, the first try, look how fast I'm getting to my first try. No such thing. No such thing. John will keep me here for the next hour. I know it. I know for sure. Foregone my virtual avatar. I use a strap that goes around my torso. And it would press on my inflamed lymph node. And it would be very uncomfortable. So I was like, I don't need it. I don't need to do anything. I record these episodes for the freaking heck of it. Woo! I didn't realize that I would actually make it there. Eat my ass, John. Eat my ass. Son of a bitch. I can't believe I messed up. Perhaps the easiest jump of the entire thing. It's a little trickier than it looks. I actually worked out the sweet spot here. You have to cover the leaf. There you go. Makes that a lot more reliable. If you look at the timer, I spent maybe 5 minutes trying to refine a little bit the process of getting there, so I could at least make attempts on this obstacle right here and subsequent nonsense a little bit more reliable, because it was getting ridiculous. Not quite the despair of not being able to get through that particular obstacle, but the fact that getting to the obstacle was a major pain in my asshole every time. Are you really gonna do that to me? Fingers, I can't believe it. That's a new way to die. Amazing. I am so glad that, hour plus into this level, we find new and exciting ways to perish. If I had known that my lymph node would be... Oh, missed that. But it's still not lost. Oh, yeah. If I had known that my lymph node would be inflamed, would I have done it? Taking my flu shot so late in the season? I made it this far. Forget about anecdote. Forget about nothing. Figure this out. I don't want to have to get here again. So this, I'm sure I'm not gonna figure this out on the first. There's no way I'm gonna figure this out on the first try. But maybe at least I can have a methodology down, and then it's just execution. Okay? So we have this crush block. We have no option. Like, I cannot jump across. You have to go down, destroy the worm meat, and I think you hang onto the ledge and quickly jump up onto the damn block before it prevents you from hanging onto the ledge. And then we'll have a moment to breathe. So let's try. Son of a bitch. You need to... I thought there would be enough time to hang on to the ledge, but you need to whip so fast after you let go of the ledge. It needs to be almost instantaneous. So late in the flu season. It's like, would I have taken my flu shot if I had realized it would give me this inflammation that is going on 3 days on my freaking lymph node? If you have no idea where that is, it's on your armpit. It is glands that create antibodies. Sometimes when you get vaccinated, they freak out, will go haywire, and become inflamed from the sudden influx of work orders. I would assume. Oh wow! So and that's what not a problem that I've ever had before. No shot before has ever given me an armpit inflammation like this one. I mean, it's not like horrendously painful. I must lay down or anything like that. But, it's just annoying. It's something I will right now have to deal with. And it prevents me from using my hand tracker strap. Oh, man, I keep messing that up. And it makes that jump into the next vine so much more challenging because you don't get there early enough for the tongue to be immobile. It's already going up, so it makes that so much more challenging to get on over to the next vine. Very upsetting indeed. But I'm very happy though. We're getting there almost every single attempt. Very happy that this is getting a little bit more consistent. Tiny baby steps. I feel like these jumps right here, I'm gonna fail them at some very often points. Some very often points. That's a real sentence. The precision required, I cannot be 100% consistent on it. But once we get through that, everything else is so much easier. You see, I never make any other mistakes. Oh yeah. Definitely feel though like we're really getting there. You know, it just has a different vibe from the horrendous despair that I was falling victim in the previous episode. Very much hoping this is gonna be the last. I don't know what the last one looks like. The last level. I would surmise that it's going to be even worse. And we're about to spend 4 more episodes just getting through the last ordeal. And I am already talking like getting through this one is a foregone conclusion. But what if it's not? What if I just hit the wall? Hit the worm-made wall and I get swallowed by a disgusting fleshy formation of despair. Oh baby, feels good when that works out. All right, drop me down. Oopla. Yes, baby. Don't think about it too much. Just do it. Oh Jesus, startled the crap out of me. I thought I was about to explode, and it doesn't really let you do this. So anyway, there is a safe way to do this, and that is destroying only the bottom worm meat, right? So that way the blocks don't drop. But even if you destroy both at the same time, you should have enough time to jump out. So as long as you don't go too low, you need to kind of hit the sweet spot in the middle, or go exactly through the bottom block. Oh, baby. You don't get to see the Paco dance, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, I can't believe that took so little. I did get that little bit more consistent, like 5 minutes of practice before starting, because I was like, I have to crack the code on this thing. I have to. Well, here we are. There can only be one way up. Not bad so far, not bad so far. We just gotta get through. Definitely need that. No, don't crush me. Don't crush me. Alrighty. Not bad so far. Liking it. But you know this level is going to be a nightmare, right? This level is gonna be incredibly long and arduous. You just know it. A little irritated about this part, but it's really not nearly as low as I anticipated. That's a little bit of a panic jump there. It's easy to go a little too jump heavy. Ow. Okay, let's take a little bit slow there. I am going a little too fast. Assuming that I'm going to make it. Alright. It's really not hard, it's just a matter of not panicking. Yep. Okay. We're going up with this water. Probably need the water, right? Just as the action music kicks in. Gotta freaking love it. That's the last soundtrack. It just doesn't get old. I don't know if it has gone old for you fellas as you listen to these videos. I could listen to this soundtrack while playing video games. On its own, like putting it in the car and listen to it, not really my jam. But just listen to it as I do a platforming challenge. I would not ever I get tired of it. This is not bad. Oh, I see. This is a nightmare, actually. We gotta travel with the water, you piece of trash. How does Paco even know where he's going? Have you ever opened your eyes underwater? That may be like a silly question. If you live close to the sea, it's like, of course, everybody has done that. What kind of filthy, pathetic fool, truly trash fool are you? Well, there's people that have never actually swum in their lives, so don't you freaking judge. And even if you have swum, it's possible you have never dared to open your eyes underwater because maybe you're afraid that you will get cancer of the retina or something. Yeah. I'm feeling the stupidest ways. Not feeling salty though, because after getting through that horrible ordeal, it's like, you can't make it worse, right? The last level, it just doesn't get harder than that. It's physically impossible. Okay? I will not eat my words very, very soon. Okay, this is a major pain. It's actually not bad. That's actually quite easy, in fact. All right, well, this is a massive problem. We have to backwards whip and then jump over to the other side. The coordination required will be my undoing. I am about to die a good 60 times on that particular obstacle because the coordination required, like I can backwards whip, I can do the jump you want me to do. Can I do both at the same time? That is the real horrendous ordeal that I need to suggest myself to. At least you can get very consistent there. All right. The coordination is gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much. You have to whip and then maybe I can automate it in my head. Like, don't even look at the movements that Paco does. Just worry. Oh, don't take my water away. Actually, there's lots of time. If you look down there, water remains for quite a long time. You don't even need to whip it. That makes it so much easier. All right. That is fantastic. That's great to know that. That makes it so that my poor, pathetic, crippled, shit-ass brain can maybe make it work. It's so easy to overshoot that. So easy to overshoot that. At least we're getting this done quite nicely. We actually have a lot of leeway there. It's easy to be... It's easy to think that more precision is required than is actually required. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah. I continue to be extremely strapped for time. There is a light at the end of the tunnel though. The desperate efforts of the local postal officials have bore? I think that's the past principle of that. Have produced some fruit. There are a good 6 or 7 new faces. 6 or 7 new names to learn. And hopefully they'll stick around so they can pick up my slack. Alright, now that is a possibility, I don't need to backwards whip that nonsense. I am much ready. I'm talking, of course, about the day job. New faces at the day job. They will pick up my slack when it's time for me to have a freaking day off. It's not that much to ask, right? Just have more than just measly Sunday in which you just do chores off. It's tough, but we can definitely do it. Unlike the other level. Sure, I'm dying to the obstacles and all that nonsense, but there is no despair component yet. Of course, we don't know what is coming. I am sure I will be changing my tune very, very soon. So far, though, all of these are very, very doable. It's just a matter of getting it done all in a row. Oopla. No, don't go too low. Absolute moron. Yeah, baby. Oh, you piece of trash! Oh, I should have expected that. I should have seen that coming. I should have known. There's lava, therefore, please, just get through. Therefore, there's one of those dastardly treacherous tongues ready to stick all over my bunghole. Give me so much delightful pleasure that I get stunned into the lava. Hey. Yep. Hey, how you need to, like, actually aim that whipping. It's weird how the area of effect doesn't actually do it. Oh, that's right. Hey. Oh, that jump at the end is gonna be rough. But like I said, none of it so far fills me with a horrendous wave of despair and just makes me want to just lay down on the floor and weep for deliverance from this John-shaped. Oh, I went too far on that side. So feeling pretty good about prospects. Just think about quitting all the time, man. When you are creatively inclined, like yours truly, a person who has lofty goals of creating important art and has a high opinion of the things that he can come up with to entertain the rest of humanity. It's a person such as myself that fits that description of, hubris. Not of talent, but of hubris. I'm somebody who thinks about... Oh, wow. Oh, stupid. Steam somehow went offline. Steam went offline and told me that my friends network is not reachable. Joke's on you. I don't have a friends network. All I have is tools and morons. I actually have, no friends whatsoever. That is the bane of my existence as a shut-in introvert. I feel like I could have friends, but I just don't. Out of laziness? I'm just somebody that just... Here's my problem. Here's my problem with friendship. Every moment of my life, I feel... Oh man, that's the first time the water drops me. I feel like I should be doing something. And any moment I spend just hanging out, it's time that in the back of my head, I'm like, I could be making progress on my video game. Not even doing something productive. I could be making progress on my save game right now. And that entire thought feels more worth it than having leisure time with an acquaintance / friend. I mean, they start as acquaintances, but then they become friends. That's how human relationships work. It's like my wife for me provides 100% of my social needs. And after that, it's all just busy work. The only reason that I ever feel like, man, I could really use a friend. That's so hard. That's so tough. It's when I want to play a co-op game. It's sad because a non-insignificant part of me craves having that kind of connection. And also on an intellectual level, I'm like, I really like this person. And I would like to hang out with them. Form a meaningful relationship with them. Not just in person, but there's some people online that I have met, and I'm like, I would totally see myself becoming really good friends with this person if only I ever saw it as worth it to spend time hanging out with them, as opposed to... It's so difficult to get onto that tile and no further. Very, very difficult jump over there. So if I ever feel like I have snubbed you, personally, I mean, it's easy to say, oh, don't take it personally. It's just the way my dumbass brain works. But isn't that a personal offense that I didn't get over how my brain works? Isn't that an excuse? Just get over it. Just like self-promotion, the work that it takes to self-promote and create infrastructure for your platform, and you know, all the busy work that is just annoying to do. Please. Yeah, I got it, baby. It's like, oh, well, I just don't like doing that, so I'm just not gonna do it. What do we have to do here? I mean, look away. This will fall. You piece of trash didn't even give me a chance to puzzle it out. I think the block, I'm not going to blame myself. The block pushed me onto the thorns is what happened there. All the busy work, like for example, I would love to create a little bit of a shop with merchandise. I have accumulated a bunch of products that a bunch of art assets that I could easily make into merchandise that I'll be proud, not just to sell, I would be proud to wear it and just display it in my house. Like for example, the big, the Megandala project, the Enormandala. I proudly display that on my house. It's a very nice painting that I feel proud of and that I think it looks cool on a wall. And I would like for you to be able to have that on your wall as well, while I make a profit on it. But just the thought of doing all the busy work, of creating such a store, not just that, also like Paco merchandise, that's a bit of a slippery slope. Because, okay, didn't realize that could actually kill me. You know, Paco, it's actually an original character of mine. It is, of course, based on Lime from Spelunky 1, but I think we have taken Paco to such a level that Derek Hugh wouldn't have a legal leg to stand on if he were to try and sue me for character appropriation, right? For copyright rights. Even then, it's like, it's a little tacky, isn't it? It is my character, but not really. You should be paying Derek Hugh a cut if you want to be 100% moral about it. How you guys feel about that? I don't know. I am of two minds about such thing. Man, it's difficult, okay? Stop judging me. It's a difficult thing to get done. About monetizing Paco's image. Do I have the full rights? I think legally I would, but morally, I will feel a little icky. Not too bad, just a little icky. Like I'm not 100% in the moral high ground there. Just enough to make a buck out of it. Not just that, there's, you know, a bunch of stuff that I could put up for sale, and you know, I wouldn't say that I will make a big load of buckaroos out of it, but it would be nice to know that this stuff is making your dwellings a little bit more lively. Alrighty. I am confused when that happens. It's like, I did nothing different. A little bizarre, but that's killing me every time. Thankfully, though, I hate how weird that warm meat behaves. Alright. Ah, you piece of trash. Expected to die. I expected to die a little bit. So anyway, that's the one example I'm telling you, but there's a whole bunch of examples of, man, that's just so much more busy work. I would rather just keep creating things and then not do all the other bit of work that is required of me to actually become successful as an online entertainer and artist. So that's a problem. Water dropped me. So the water's physics are not 100% reliable. Should not be used as a piece of a puzzle. John, please fix your freaking level. This is just unacceptable. Anyway. It's the curse. It's the curse that I endure. So what I need to do is just get an associate. I need to spend some money, hire somebody on Fiverr. I need a media manager so they can create a Twitter account, an Instagram account, a Facebook account, and pretend to be me on the internet and post all kinds of cringy garbage that will force 12-year-olds to click on my content. I waited too long to whip there. Recent example of the whole friendship problem that I have. I like Xanagear a great deal. I think he's a fun dude to hang around. Son of a bitch. And I feel like if I actually put in the effort, we could hang out more. Do joint projects and all that stuff. I just don't have the will to even log in to freaking Discord. Because that's where all the cool kids hang out of Spelunky. I haven't touched it because it's like, it doesn't even cross my mind. It's like, turn this on so I can receive messages and exchange social interactions. Holy crap. I know I'm not the only one. I know that I'm sure a lot of you fellas, especially shut-in video game watching fellas, can relate to the things that I am saying. It's like, it is so, it's difficult. It's difficult. Don't judge me. It takes actual effort. That is not even that I'm not willing to do, it's that I don't think about doing. It's a little bizarre. Even if I had the intention in my head, I'm going to do this, I'm going to like make sure that I am a presence. I am there to say yes or no to proposals and that kind of stuff. Eventually, it's kind of like working out. You start really good. You maybe make a 3-month effort where you are right on top of things, and then for whatever reason, you drop off and you stop doing it. And you start even thinking about doing it. And that's when it's 6 months later, and the people that used to know you are scheduling a wellness check to check up on you because they haven't heard about you in so long. The police come to your house, they find you naked in a pile of your own vomit, and it turns out that you just forgot how to be a human being. You were just too busy jerking off to One Piece, not even a hentai version of One Piece, just the anime. And then you forgot to even turn on the TV for it, and you would just jerk off to the manga. That's like the lowest. There's the lowest you can fall. All these sticky pages of One Piece manga all around you, covered in your vomit as well. It's all a terrible ordeal. So the police take pictures, and they are corrupt. So they start blackmailing you because they know you have all of this YouTube cash. No matter how much you tell them that I spent it all on hookers and gambling on this incredible One Piece collection. I spent it. They don't take your word for it, and they just keep saying, "Show us the damn YouTuber money. I know that you kids make millions of dollars on the internet playing video games. You cannot fool me." Okay. You piece of trash! I was thinking so hard about how to go about that entire situation up there. That I forgot to stay aloft. Now I completely lost my train of thought on the idiotic half-baked story that I was making up. I can no longer return to it. Let's just find something new to talk about. It was pretty half-baked and dumb anyway. Why continue subjecting you to this dumbass creation? It wasn't even a good bit. Come up with something better. Outside of YouTuber personalities. I want to shine a spotlight on anybody, so I won't say no names. But there's some people I have exchanged emails with. Just regular commenters that I am like pretty fond of. Could totally see myself being great friends. But they just fall off my brain, and I stop making an effort to deepen relationships. And I don't even have the intention. It's just a thing that I am not equipped to keep up with. My wife is the same way, in a more offline capacity. Online, she doesn't have the reach that I have. So she doesn't have online friends that she ignores. But she definitely ignores her. Why did I just do that? I mean, I don't need no stupid double jump. I've salvaged everything. Anyway, let's concentrate here. Let's just drop off the silly nonsense for a while. Okay, just keep jumping here. That happens, and then what? You just get to sit here, and then you double jump to the next vine. All right. I am sure there's another. Oh, of course, the lava won't drop. That is a weird obstacle that I don't really care for. Okay, so here we double jump, we trigger the tongue, hang on to the tongue, and whatever comes next is a mystery. Please. How? Backwards jump? Backwards? What? Oh man, that's gonna be pain. Do I need to backwards whip that arrow trap? I don't think I do. I think you can just whip it out. I think I can just whip it out and get there. So there's like my wife and I, in a way, we probably shouldn't have found each other, because we kind of ruined our social lives by the fact that we provide each other. She's not as bad as I am. Now and then she does enjoy having a good old social outing. Extremely rare though. She's not 100% shunning like I am. Like, I literally could just be inside my house for the next entire year, and I would not care. I will be so happy to have all that time to finish up all my video games, do all kinds of, computer projects, the kind of stuff that I always do. Record a billion series on the YouTube. Speaking of, I was planning to maybe do some Elden Ring, even though it's like every single person on Earth is recording content for Elden Ring right now. Why not? Bring back Lady Butthole. Unfortunately, Elden Ring on PC has some terrible reviews right now. They need to patch it up, so the performance is not complete ass. Of course, I haven't tried myself. It basically, looking at those reviews, people bitching and moaning about horrible performance on PC, enabled me to not spend $60 on a just released video game, which I am extremely reluctant to do. Being 100% spoiled by Steam reviews, by Steam sales, I refuse to buy a video game for more than $20. The last that I bought for more than $20, no, I think Factorio is exactly 20, right? Factorio is exactly $20, and they refuse to ever put it on sale. A little autistic of them, but I get it. Like, their game has a certain value that they ascribe to it, and they're just not willing to sell it to you for any less. It's like, this is what our game is worth. Deal with it. Ow. It's so hard. I think you need to be on the way up of the tongue, and that way you'll have a little bit more oomph as you reach the arrow trap. Oopsie. But that bit right there is a big spike of difficulty. Holy crap, why can you hang on to the vine, fella? You can do it. Big spike up in difficulty there. Very annoying. I mean, whenever my wife doesn't provide all the social needs that I could possibly require, which are, you know, dismal. I do have them, but they're pathetically dismal. I just go to the basement, talk to the people in cages in there. And when they're done screaming and weeping, we can maybe have a little bit of a conversation, you know? I've trained them pretty well so they don't weep anymore. They just catatonically stare into space as I do whatever the hell I want. And, you know, it kind of saps the fun out of it. I still have fun. Good enough to keep them. They don't need to join the bones in my backyard just yet. I'm kind of running low on Asians, though. I really could use some more Asians. Anyway, that took a weird turn. It was not a confession. It was just an outrageous joke for shock value. Please do not send that wellness check to my home, because there will be more than blackmail. There will be prosecution. Alright, let me just get this done. Speaking of prosecution, finally watched the last step. I have been watching Better Call Saul for the last year. One episode a month, maybe? I've been watching one every day off that I've had when I have lunch. I'll just watch an episode of Better Call Saul. Son of a bitch. As I have lunch. It's a great time. So it took me a good 7 months to watch it. It's pathetic. But it's just the thing. Finally finished it. And I was very pleased. Like, they were so good. They were so good the whole time. I was wondering, this relationship needs to end. And I've been wondering, I mean, I don't think I'm giving spoilers here, because Better Call Saul is a prequel. My man Bob Odenkirk does not have a girlfriend in Better Call Saul. So you know something happens to his significant other. And the whole time you wonder, how does this end? Oh, I see how this ends. In episode 8 of the final season, it's like, here's the fight that ends it. But no, they get back together. They subvert your expectations. And it seems like they're gonna get through all the rough patches. So all the way to the very last scene of the show, they keep you wondering, how will this relationship end? Very last sentence. I mean, very last conversation. And I thought it was so masterfully written. It was fantastic the way they did it. Let's just say it is not an argument. But it's so well done. The way that you see, oh, so that's how they are no longer together anymore. Very, very good. When you start watching Better Call Saul, at least is what happened to me. It's like, there's no way this can be as good as Breaking Bad. Prequels suck, but I'll give it a chance. And yeah, it's a completely different vibe, but it's so good. It's so well written. It's just impressive. The fact that they made a prequel that was actually not ass, just that alone was good enough for me to be very impressed with them. That being said, just goes to show, prequels don't always have to suck ass. 100% recommend it. It's so good. Even if you didn't like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, totally worth watching. You'll miss the references and, you know, the characters that show up that are also parts in Breaking Bad. I don't think you need to watch that show to enjoy Better Call Saul. And that is my entire... I got nothing clever. I got no riff. I have no bit to build upon that. Just singing my praises for something I just watched. Talking about media. With you fellow human consumers. Because that's what we do as humans. We consume. Consume media. Consume drama. Consume resources. Consume, consume, consume. Don't you dare look at the outside world. There's no wars going on. There's no weird European crisis. There's no fight for resources and geopolitical nonsense. Just look at the dancing monkey. Look at me, entertaining you. Keeping away all the aches, ails, and illnesses of the real world. I will not be shamed by how terribly I am performing right now. I will not accept any blame. I will continue maintaining this is actually a very difficult to perform sequence of movements. So I don't really expect. Oh man, that bit right there is so hard. I just need to let go of the run button there. That needs to happen. Ow. And in fact, I need to let go of the run button more often. That way I won't. It will not be a swollen pinky again. Because I often press it down more often than I should. And there were suggestions, as I expected, as I whined and bitched about it. There were suggestions about turning on the always running option. But that's nonsense. I don't roll that way. I tried it way back when the game came out. And it just wasn't something that I wanted to get used to. I just didn't want to get used to that control scheme. Yipla. What did I tell my wife very, very recently about? She was like, you should do this. And I was like, I can't do that. I get too tongue-tied. I suck ass. She was telling me to run for office or something silly like that. Because I have such incredible, great ideas for the betterment and prosperity of my local community, such as paying the homeless to kill themselves. They don't know any better. They'll do it. And that gets rid of the problem. You know? And I told her, there's no way I ever could. I get too tongue-tied. I started the YouTube thing in part as a way of not getting so tongue-tied and getting myself more practice to just talk and talk and talk without end. And with enough practice, I am sure my brain will learn not to cross its dumbass wires and actually say the words that I mean to say, as opposed to whatever noises my brain decided to propel through my lips. I think it has helped marginally, but it has definitely not eliminated the problem. It is so frustrating. As I speak right now, you may have heard it, but you know, as I speak into the microphone doing this, it's like stakes as low as you can possibly get them. So I don't really have a problem. The stream of consciousness constantly just talking about nonsense. And the words, they do get I do get tongue-tied, as you notice just now. But the problem is not that bad. Put me in a situation where I need to say one sentence to somebody with whom I am not terribly familiar with. Example. Telling the morning supervisor, I need a leave slip for oh man, for the weekend. My tongue will decide this is the time. This is the time for me to not say the words that I mean to say. And instead, we're just going to make random noises now and then. And that's just something that's gonna happen. And you just have to deal with it. I had to wait a little bit there. Otherwise, I'm just dying like an idiot. I'm getting to the point where I'm just dying like an idiot a lot. So let me save time by using up a little bit of time, whipping these, and then giving it... Oh, that one I make no apologies for. It's very difficult not to overshoot when you're swimming. I'm not just a person in a position of authority, which I really don't care for at the post office. You will be... I guess you would not be surprised because I've told you 100 times how utterly toothless and powerless postal management is to tell me what to do with my time. It is hilarious, in fact. I literally have told this to many people, and I feel this way. I don't feel like I have a boss at the post office. They are so powerless to stop me from doing whatever I want. The thing is, I am a good worker just by nature. I do my job the way I'm supposed to. I do not get bothered by anybody to do things differently because I just do things right the first time out of my own volition, okay? But anyway, not even with people in a position of supposed authority over me, just a cashier, just a receptionist, I am almost guaranteed. I have a Robert Davis. I have a reservation for tonight. It is difficult to illustrate it while I'm trying to get tongue-tied. It's not coming out the way that I normally would. But you know what I'm trying to say. Just like you know what it sounds like when you do it. Because I am sure you are just as socially inept as myself. If you're here, minute 45 to 50 of watching the Spelunker Trials ordeal, something ain't right about you. It's just the way. You're not a social butterfly that just has too many friends to count, are ya? You're in the same boat as yours truly. You watch this because you relate in some way. It's not just the entertainment value. Okay, you gotta be going up a little bit. I think if the whip is out, it'll actually get whipped. The problem there right now is the fact that I'm not sure whether I need to backwards whip or not. I think as long as the whip is out, we'll be able to get rid of that arrow. Just need to whip earlier, of course. Ow. Once again, I forget to wait a little bit. We're at the zenith. We must get this done. Wonder how much further we need to go after that. Probably we still have half the level after that particular bit of madness. Okay. I just need to take a little bit more time in that sequence and take a little bit more time in the water sequence, and that way I won't be wasting so much time getting back to it when I inevitably die. Yep. But yeah, that's frustrations of living inside my body. All in all, I'm not really complaining. I feel like I lucked out with this particular physiology and morphology of my brain. I will not change it for anything else. All right. I really want to get confirmation whether I can front whip this arrow. But it's so hard to get to that spot and do it properly. Thankfully, we will have a place to rest once it's done. Wonder if the water is moving me forward too. That's why I'm so inconsistent. Or I'm just that bad. I'm probably just that bad. Maybe just take a little bit more time to just line it up quickly. Or rather, properly. Feeling great about the fact that we get here quite nicely. We get this done right. We just need more momentum there. I think we need to backwards whip it, man. I don't think I can front whip that. That fills me with a little bit of despair. That despair is starting to flow. That helplessness and sense of I'll never get it done-ness is starting to creep in. The fact that I need to possibly backwards whip that arrow on top of all the other coordination that needs to happen. Yeah, that's rough. Right now, the main obstacle getting there is turning back as the tongue comes down and not getting myself impaled. Just wait it out. Wait it a little bit. Pause. Get myself impaled like an idiot. Go back up and do it all over again. Yep. Water dynamics have betrayed me. No part of the blame lies at my feet. The water dynamics are the problem here. Alrighty. You piece of trash! You got to be, man. It's get it to be. Just gotta relax a little bit. Just go with the flow. Stop even thinking about it. Just keep restarting. I really want to do it all in one go because it's the last level. It's the last level. It must happen. Only one go. Not gonna lie, of all the ways that we have died, that one made me the saltiest. Getting my face pierced without my freaking permission like that. Okay, wait the water dynamics to do their thing. You gotta wait it out a little bit. There you go. Better. Piece of trash. Garbage person. Trash garbage. I hate you. Why is life so freaking difficult, man? Why do I choose to do this? Why do I put myself in situations where I must suffer like this? I could so easily just be turning on that Elden Ring experience, marvel at the open world, be like, man, they really went all crazy with the open world, and then I bitch and moan about not knowing where to go, wait for comments to save my ass. Please get back to where I was. Alrighty. I think if the whip is out, we will get that. You know, could maybe test it. Could maybe test it. Like this. It's a one tile gap, right? It's a 2-tile gap. I don't think that's the same situation. I can't even say. I can't even tell. I am lost. My intellect is quickly degrading into a pile of goo, into warm meat. My brain is a pile of warm meat that is repeatedly being whipped out of existence by John's final magnum opus. If you think I'm going to play the sequel, you got something coming for you. You got a rude awakening just now. Freaking Brandon Sanderson, man. I would like to issue a heartfelt message to Brandon Sanderson and his ability to write 5 novels in 2 years. Brandon Sanderson, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to tell you to go fuck yourself. I hate you, and I hate everything you represent. Why must you make me feel so inadequate? Why can you be this extremely competent at your chosen profession and shaming everybody else so hard? Do you have any idea how George R. Martin and Patrick Rothfuss feel like right now as they watch your announcement of, I have written not 1 or 2 or 4, but 5 secret novels on top of the other things I was working on in the spans of the pandemic. Ah, that's a first. That's a first. If you haven't heard, the man, the legend, the fantasy GOAT, maybe. It's in contention whether the greatest fantasy author of all time could be Brandon Sanderson. I don't think super highly of his prose. It is just, I would never call it pedestrian. It's not functional, utilitarian. Like, Brandon Sanderson's prose is there in 100% in service of the story. He's never trying to be fancy, or very, very rarely trying to be fancy. He's a very competent writer whose writing is 100% in service of his plots. More power to him. He knows what his strengths are, and he's playing to them. I don't know, but the insane volume and his plot being so freaking good. Mistborn was great. I've read other stuff from him, but I forget now. It escapes me. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is greatest of all time, possibly. You could never catch up to that, no matter what you do. There's that high bar, that standard. That has to be some kind of Guinness World Record shit, being able to write that many novels. And sure, there's somebody that wrote 5 giant steaming piles of dung and called them novels and put them out in the span of a month, right? But to do it with such panache and making them into something that's readable and good, which I assume they are, it's not like I've read them, but they, proven author, even if they're not your cup of tea, they're at least going to be competent novels. The man is breaking the way that authors engage with their audience. It's right now being made into a Kickstarter in the $7 million mark as of the time of this recording. And he is sending the backers these novels over the course of a year. That's like a subscription kind of model. I don't know how much he's charging for it, but it's uncanny being able to do something like that. That jump is so tough. I'll never not be complete ass at it. It's just so intensely. It is humbling to the point of despair. And as usual, don't compare yourself to the best. Compare yourself to the improvements you have made. Holy crap, man. And under that type of evaluation, I also fail where this level is concerned because I am regressing. I've not made it to the actual obstacle that we still need to pass in the last 30 attempts. So, not very happy right now. All right, please take a little bit of time here because you have to. Otherwise, you squander the attempt. Okay, so. The whip wasn't out, but I think if it's out, it will work. I'm almost convinced. The question is, do I even have time to get the whip out? Or should I be concentrating on getting a backwards whip in there? So difficult, though. So freaking horde! Ah! I did not expect that. I don't know what was different there. It was weird. Well, like I said, I am regressing. Soon, I'll just restart without even moving. That's only how much worse I can get. Not much room to get much worse than this. That being said, I felt pretty good about getting 2 attempts in a row. That was amazing, wasn't it? Didn't that just absolutely obliterate your expectations? All you 7 people that are still sticking around, listening to me ramble about nothing, instead of just skipping forward and seeing the end result, that hopefully is at the end of this video. Hopefully this video ends with victory, and not me saying, I guess I'll just finish it in the next episode, because I've spent 2 more hours trying to get through the last level here and being completely unable. I refuse. This has to end in me winning. There's no way I am stopping this recording, even if it takes another hour. I can see how it could happen. My pinky's like, I am atrophied. I don't want to bend anymore. What? I don't want to bend anymore. But even then, I'll just take a break. I'll just go off, eat myself some chocolate. Yep. Eat myself some chocolate, gather my wits for 5 minutes or more, and then get back to the grind. In fact, just saw the results of taking a break on the very first level. If you look at the timer, you'll see I didn't really practice that long in between episodes. It was just literally 5 minutes to get myself back into the groove and, you know, remember everything that I wanted to do. And we got a win 9 minutes in, wasn't it? On the previous level. So really, taking a break makes a lot of sense. It makes a difference. Somehow. Don't ask me exactly the mechanics that are involved in it, but they do make a difference. And as I head into the hour and 10-minute mark, I'm like, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to let go of your pride. Take another break. I hate this jump. I hate it so much. Even when I make it, I feel like I'm not going to make it. Okay. So I might even giving up and just trying to do a backwards whip there. Oh, no, man. It's so... I don't know how to get high enough there. And also with the damn thing. I wish I could practice it. I wish I could practice that segment to have a solution that I can try to execute on. I feel like that's my main... whenever I get stuck, that's my main problem. I just don't know the exact solution. So I'm just trying random things. I feel like that one could have maybe made it if I hadn't run my face into the wall. At least the action music is picking up. Maybe we can do a little bit better. Also resent the long ass run backs. They become a little too long. No, don't do it, you piece of trash. The run backs are getting out of control, man. Maybe it's time to just delete the run backs. I lose my train of thought. I stopped telling you about all those times that I've resorted to violence instead of reason. People piss me off. Please, there we go. Ah! Okay. Felt like I was in a runaway elevator, dropping to my death. But suddenly, I don't think I can whip it out. I don't think I can whip it out fast enough. We need to backwards whip that son of a bitch. That is perhaps the most cruel. And I can't really go back down. Like, you have to do it. I thought maybe I could get up there, try to whip it. Oh, I'm too close. Get up there, whip it, and then go back down, hang on to the tongue again somehow. Doing it in 2 goes. Ain't gonna happen. What? I think if you touch the tongue, it instantly puts you at the bottom. Oh no, maybe I touched the snake. That's how you die there. Please. Of all the ways to die, that's, I think, the most infuriating. I can take dying on the tricky parts. Dying on this part right here where, you know, it's just difficult to line up those jumps. Water physics drive me nuts, etc., etc. Alrighty. Oh. Can't move too much, can't move too little. Alright, once again. Like, you have to jump off the tongue so late in order to pull that off. Otherwise, you're not high enough to hang on to the ledge, because it's not just whipping the arrow trap in that space. It's also hanging on to the ledge. So it needs to be pushed as late as possible, which I think also means it needs to be backwards whipped, because a front whip will not be possible. Whoop. Oh man, the inertia, the water mechanics, the complete despair that is encroaching on my soul. Please. I get wet, but not high enough, huh? Get away from the water. Not high enough to be caught by it. Caught in the undertow. What the fuck? The weeping will soon start. Incoherence has already taken hold. Commentary has descended to absolute bottom of the barrel. I can tell you about my poor cat. Poor Luna. She's a very healthy cat. Used to be. Yep. You know, she's an indoor cat. She doesn't get into anything, doesn't eat anything that she shouldn't. So for a long, long time, oh, come on! For a long time, she never had any health problems. Recently, and I mean like 3 days ago, we noticed, and she's licking her butt a whole lot. What's going on there? She doesn't usually, like, she's a very groomy cat. She loves to groom herself all her life. She's been always a big groomer. So we never, like, that's another thing that made us not pay that much attention to it. Please. But finally we noticed that she's kind of doing it too much. So we looked at her butt. There's something weird going on there. Can't even describe this. Like, it's some kind of abscess. It's a worrisome black bump that shouldn't be there. I'm a little worried about my cat. Going to take her to the vet tomorrow. She could not get an appointment today. Freaking Alaska veterinarians, they're super busy, man. I had to call 7. There are, I think, 6. One of them in North Pole. 5 of them inside Fairbanks. I had to call them all I got one appointment for next Wednesday, one appointment for next Friday, and the very last one was the one in North Pole. It's actually for tomorrow. It's like, yes, give me that. I'll cancel all the others that I made. Because, you know, you take what you get, and then you cancel the ones that are not good enough. Our usual, where we usually took our pets. That was the next Wednesday one. Are you freaking kidding me? She could be dead by then. Do you not care about my little feline friend? Anyway. Taking her to the vet tomorrow. Hopefully, man. Hopefully it's just irritation that she licked into ballooning. You know? And it's just a matter of a little bit of medication, cone of shame for a couple weeks, and she'll be fine. Really hoping it's not something like a tumor. And, you know, she is 14 years old. She is an old cat by now. Let's just say once cancer enters the picture, it's over for animals. Their survival rate is just too low. At that point, just say your goodbyes, make it as comfortable as possible, let nature take its course. That is my stance on it. Baby! Luna's energy. Luna's energy got me through that. Okay, go back. We're not going to die here. We're not gonna die here. Okay, no. Thank goodness we can actually rectify movements here. Just don't impale your face. Don't be precious either. Like, if you die, you die. You do it once, you can do it twice. Okay? We have a solution now. That's what matters. We have made it this far. Oh, man, it's still difficult to get that far. But we're going to not be too hasty. Just looking back is so tough. Now, of course, you know, I'm being extremely cautious. Need to whip earlier, I think. Extremely cautious because I don't want my face to become a pincushion. Yeah, I need to do it twice. You know, go up and whip. I think that might be it. Because I just don't have time to turn around. I don't think I have time to turn around. So I need to whip it. Then go back here. I should have whipped it. That's so painful. It's alright. Made it there once. We can do it again. But I completely got discombobulated here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I was so excited. I lost completely my control of motor capabilities. Alright, we're back on it. My sister-in-law, she has rat pets, and they all die of cancer eventually. And the amount of money she has spent in extending their lifespans for a week is just ridiculous. That being said, obviously, you know, I am willing to spend some money for extending the lifespan of this cat that has been part of our family for the last 14 years. She's such a good kitty. She's the best kitty I've ever had the privilege of sharing a living space with. She doesn't get into anything. We have left trash just piled up in the kitchen, just lazy about taking them out. She never touches it. She doesn't even go into the kitchen. Small aside, if you have cats in your kitchen, I want nothing to do with you. Please refer to mental retraining so you can be evaluated. I think you have a mental illness. It always weirds me out. You see these animal videos on the YouTube, and it's cats sitting on the counter next to where you cook the food. Do you have cats that have no shedding whatsoever? You must love the taste of cat fur and feces, because, you know, that butt, they don't use toilet paper and wet wipes. They're rubbing their cat poop on your counter. And just the fur itself. It's like, are you nuts? How can you possibly let your cats in your freaking kitchen? Don't even try to explain yourself in the comments. You are subhuman to me. And I want nothing to do with you. It is baffling though. Like, jokes aside, it's like, teach your cats not to be in the kitchen. How are you not grossed out? I guess some people just have a much higher threshold. I forgot to jump. Much higher threshold of what constitutes something disgusting. And they are fine with just eating globs of the cat fur at a time with their omelets and their casseroles. It's the only explanation that I got for you. Yes, kitties are extremely cute on a kitchen counter. It's fun to feed them and for them to steal your food and all that stuff. Sure, it is cute and adorable, and I cannot contest that it's a fun bit of living with a cat. That being said, I don't want to eat her fur. You will not convince me that is a good idea. Holy shit. To let my cat get on the freaking kitchen counter. Not like I ever could, because my wife would have a freaking conniption. Like, I am disgusted by it, and I still would be... You could say I am cool with it if you compare it to the way my wife feels about having animals anywhere around her kitchen. She's very particular about kitchen cleanliness. No pets allowed in the freaking kitchen. You piece of shit. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, you cannot convince me otherwise. Was almost at the end. You just need to make it through that nonsense. What is your rationale? Okay, I'm willing to hear your arguments. What is your rationale? You have a cat and you let them get on your kitchen counter where you make your toast. You're just simply not grossed out. You simply pay no heed to those inevitable clumps of cat fur. Does your cat just not shed? It's possible. Maybe your cat just doesn't shed. It's so hard to get that backwards whip going. If you have one of those Sphinx cats that are just skin, well, they're still rubbing their butts on your counter. It's like, it's just... Look, I'm not going to ever not be judgmental about this. I feel like for once in my life I have a moral high ground here. I'm not going to let go of it. You cannot... Oh, come on. Cannot convince me. It is not a terrible and clean practice. Do keep posting your videos of mindless entertainment on YouTube, though. I will watch them and have a good time and then judge you for having a cat on your counter. Not before I get a good chuckle out of that cute little thing that your cat did. Alright. Let's just get back to this nonsense. Yeah. Oh, a little too low. Got it. Oh, man. I feel like that one was properly done. But still not good enough. I need to whip a little bit earlier there to get that backwards whip. At least we got there. At least we got there. It's all good. I wonder just how much further you gotta go, man. Please. Please, John. I want to be done. I want to be done with this pain. Hoppa. Alrighty. Ooh. It is very upsetting. That is almost uncontrollable. Oh, nice. Told you guys, if you do it once, you do it twice. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. Gotta... I think definitely you have to do it in 2 goes. There's no getting back. No! I thought maybe I could get on top of that as the warm meat came back. Man, I stomped my foot at that one. I literally stomped my foot like a child having a fit at that one as I saw the fountain of frustration pouring out of my throat. Holy crap. Please. I must finish this level. Or at least get the bounce back of the water because the water doesn't make it all the way to the top. Very annoying. Anyway. Very good kitty is what I was trying to get at. Doesn't ever go into the kitchen. In fact, you know, she is quite the little pussy. She used to go into the kitchen. You know, she was younger, more reckless. And we don't ever do any kind of physical punishment for this cat. We just scare her when she does something wrong, and it is effective. She'll just run away all scared. But we actually try not to even scare her because she'll pee herself. She'll just be in the middle of the kitchen. I've told this already before. Because I remember myself going, mimicking my own cat as I retell this story. And she's like, crap, I got caught. She'll be in the middle of the kitchen being like, oh shit, I'm in trouble now, even though the trouble all consists of just getting yelled at a little bit and she needs to go hide for like a minute. Yep. Even when I boop her, like sometimes she'll be too aggressive with licking my fingers or whatever, or holding them in place or something, and I'll boop her in the snout. Even then, I feel bad. She does not take it well. She's like, what the hell do you do that for? She looks so betrayed that I dare lift a finger even to admonish her. Just deeply offended. It's like, what the hell, man? I thought we were cool. You go and boot me? Unheard of. Please, that jump, man. If I get that jump wrong one more time, you're allowed to call me. You're allowed to call me a filth-eating goober on the comments. If that jump ever gets messed up again, filth-eating goober, and I will only agree with you. Never again that jump. Everything else is fine. That jump may not be done incorrectly anymore. That's fine. Waiting too long to jump there is fine. It's when I jump too early that you may call me a filth-eating goober. And I will have to just heart your comment. Because there's nothing but truth in that statement. It's not even a difficult... I don't know why. My brain just broke. I just can't get that jump done anymore. Please, I beg you. I just want another chance at failing to backwards whip this insanely demanding little bit. Was a little too low there. We're gonna make this happen. An hour and 23 minutes? You think I care? I do not care. It is 2 hours, if need be. We'll be here 3 hours, if need be. This dumbass garbage challenge that I have somehow foisted upon myself because I don't know any better. It's going to happen. Pretty happy about that jump not being a problem too much. Please. Now that I know what works, it's not as daunting. Gotta whip a little bit earlier there. We had good height though. I would have made it. I would have made it if I had whipped a little bit later. I seen earlier. Of course, the backwards whip. Very time sensitive. Gotta position this properly. Don't just assume it'll work. I feel like that one should have worked, but I think I didn't have enough momentum, or maybe I was too close. Because you can't, it's not a You can't do it right next to the arrow trap. You need to leave some kind of gap. Part of what makes it so damn insanely tricky. That backwards whip is the protagonist of this level for sure. Everything else, definitely wouldn't call it trivial, but you know, very manageable. When the water drops you, man. When the water drops you, it's just so awful. So anyway, got that appointment for Luna tomorrow, and hopefully it will just be something that gets fixed. But you know, she's old. I've already thought to myself, like, she's getting to that age where a problem will show, and it will be the problem, and we have to say our goodbyes. Goodbyes is, you know, it's heartbreaking. It's a terrible thing, but it's a thing you have to internalize when you have a pet that you enjoy the company of. You know, like, unless you die first, you're gonna have to say goodbye, and it's just the way of life. You can't, you know, obviously it's gonna make you sad, but just be glad for the good times that provided. Don't dwell so much on how sad it's gonna make you, because that's just the way it works. Gotta be strong. Gotta be strong. I thought inside my head, what is the monetary threshold that I had in my... Because, you know, there has to be one. They tell you, oh, this $30,000 surgery, it will prolong your cat's life for a couple of years. It's like, how about we just make her real nice and comfortable? Give her lots of painkillers, and hopefully she'll have a good rest of her life, however long that is. Because, you know, it's like... You know, don't want to be heartless. You gotta be pragmatic, and it's something I feel like younger people feel more strongly about in the opposite direction. Also, I am a fairly pragmatic individual. Oh, I don't know how that happened, but I'm happy they did. Like, I try to just accept the realities of life. It's like, might be a beloved pet. Come on, I think that totally should have worked. Oh yeah, beloved pet. At the end of the day, it is a pet. Can't go into freaking debt to just prolong their lives. If it were a kitten, like, you've had this kitten for 3 years. It's long, long life ahead of it. And it's not a degenerative disease like freaking cancer. Yeah, do it. We're gonna save this cat's life, and it's gonna be a wonderful story to tell our grandchildren about that amazing, beautiful cat that we saved at great cost to ourselves. And it's an old pet. It's like, I'm going to have to do a worth versus reward. Worth versus reward evaluation here. Much to my sadness, come to a conclusion based on factors and not just emotion. As opposed to this particular challenge, which is 100% emotional. It is just being stubborn, determined in the face of the obvious evidence that I should have never embarked on this challenge. That I am putting myself through absolute garbage experiences just because I started it, and there's no way I'm leaving it unfinished. And at this point, I've reached a level of stubbornness that I don't even want to cut the 20 billion attempts that it takes me just to get back at the relevant part, as I mistime every single one of my jumps, just out of stubbornness. I'm not going to even take anything out. I'm suffering. You're gonna suffer with me. Don't you freaking dare to hit that ×2 speed button. Don't you freaking dare to skip forward. This experience. We're going to be comrades together in this suffering. You can't be a pussy ass bitch. Oh, come on. You can't be a pussy ass bitch and just skip around. Can't be. You have to stay there. And believe me, there's no benefit whatsoever for you to stick around for the entirety of the video. I guess YouTube likes the metrics of keeping you engaged throughout the whole video. It doesn't give me a single more penny. It makes no difference to me whether you watched every single gameplay beat as more and more deranged nonsense came out of my mouth. What the hell just happened? I'm glad that it did. What the? Oof. I can see the arrow plunging into the back of my neck. Don't think that I don't. I consistently whip too late. So gotta get into my head that that whip needs to happen earlier. But it's like a 2-frame difference, if that. Oh man, that hasn't happened in a while. We were doing really nicely, avoiding death on that particular juncture. But the satisfaction of knowing that I subjected you to this for a whole 2 hours and you didn't even speed up the video, not just skip forward, you didn't speed up the video. What the hell was that, man? That's you being a real trooper, a real super fan. I hate that jump so much. Of all the things, and even the backwards whip that I'm struggling with so much, it pales in comparison to that jump that allows you to call me a filth-eating goober. Huh? It's terrible. This takes so long to get back too. Like I said. What the hell just... I don't know, man. I'm done. I'm done even trying to understand exactly what is killing me. I'm just going to restart it. Don't even question it. Accept that whatever I was trying to do, it didn't work. So I'm back to the beginning. It's fine. Life is but a dream from which we must wake up all at some point and realize we were all in the matrix. And we're not batteries plugged into a machine. We're all part of Elon Musk's final experiment. Yeah. He was so self-absorbed and self-important that he inserted... Oh man, I actually whipped it! And then I ate thorns. Oh boy. Elon Musk, so full of ego that he built a version of himself in the Matrix that is like the most prominent CEO person thing. But in truth, it's not even real. We're all in part of his Tesla 3000 simulation. We're all a Rick and Morty machine. A little universe inside a simulation powering up his bicycle. That's all we're doing here. Powering up Elon Musk's bicycle. With the power of our rage. He has managed to convert Twitter rage into energy, and that's why... That's how... that's like the end game of the entire simulation, to create a channel for human rage as pure and dedicated as Twitter. And now he'll just keep us in stasis. He'll just keep restarting this decade over and over. Ow. To get that sweet Twitter rage powering his bicycle motor. And we're all part of it. Even the people that don't participate in the Twitter like myself are part of it. We're all feeding the machine. I'm feeling the infrastructure as just a worker bee. I hate that so much. I hate every part of this. The fact that it takes so much work just to get another attempt. Hoopla. Alrighty. Ah! I need to let go of the run button there. That was what will save me, but when I'm jumping, it's like when I am airborne, I may not let go of the jump button. Why am I having so much trouble getting up there? It's so weird. When I'm airborne, there we are. Ah! Please don't ruin it. This is always tricky because it bops me in the freaking head. One more attempt incoming. Whip too early. I think whip too late. It just feels so doable though. Now that I know that it's doable, I just keep throwing myself at it with foolish hope in my heart. Like, yeah, I can do it. This will be the attempt. This will be the time that it happens. I just gotta beat it. I just gotta beat it really hard. With enough energy. Enough determination. I was way too early jumping off the tongue. So damn eager. What a journey. What a journey we're going in. Please. Oh man. When I started this video, it's like, it's gonna be another one, isn't it? I was like, nah. The last level won't be as bad. It'll be a 40-minute video. In fact, in a few recesses of my brain, I was like, man, what if the last level I managed to beat it in like 10 minutes and then it's only like a 15-minute video because I was so great at the first one, you know? What if this video is just really, really short? What would I do then? I almost jumped without grabbing it. That's how much I have degenerated my thought process, if you want to call it that. No such thing. It's thoughts happening right now. It's all mechanical movements. Mechanical movements and sadness. That's my existence. What the freaking hell, man? It's so frustrating. When I say, what the freaking hell, man, I am not expressing dismay at the level itself. I'm expressing dismay at the choices made by my person that led me to that outcome. And not just the mechanical choices that are happening in front of your eyes, the life choices that have led me to this moment. I know I made a wrong turn somewhere, man. For my life to have devolved into this, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that burrito that one day. That was the butterfly effect that led me down this path, isn't it? Once again, the whip came out too early. I mean, too late. There is a method to it, though. I'm glad that at least I'm getting enough height to make it. Because when we first started that particular obstacle, I was even wondering, can I even make it up there? No, what the what? Ugh. The frustration. that happens when I die in the non-tricky parts. In the parts that are just busy work. Getting to the next actual obstacle. Where precision is not actually needed. That always gives me an actual fright. It startled the crap out of me. The fact that that just killed me. If nothing else, I'll take a break for water because I'm starting to get parched. And I actually did not have any water next to me. My bottle is depleted. So I can't even glug it down without stopping. I need to go and get some. Bit of a problem. And I'm in this situation where I don't want to stop. But you know, as you can see, maybe a break is what needs to happen here. Because clearly, it's all what was that? It's all devolving into the stupidest movements. The worst freaking turns. Garbage. Choices. I just want to get back there. I just want to get back to the backwards whip that I keep failing. It's not so hard. It's a matter of getting there. I refuse to cut out the run backs. At this point, I enjoy subjecting you to them. Because there are some among you that have resolved just like I have to just stick it out. Okay, that one, man. That one I feel. That whip came out exactly where it was supposed to. And I have been cheated. You've been cheated! The best part of you came out of your mom's asshole. Oh, jeez. Became a stain in the mattress. That's a terrible quoting. Please forgive me. Full Metal Jacket for misquoting your masterful dialogue. Here's the problem with that backwards whip. I think I just need to press both buttons at exactly the same time. I am first jumping, then whipping. The whipping and the jumping need to happen exactly at the same time. Maybe even whip first. Ow. Maybe even whip first. Yeah. I'm giving up my life. I'm not giving up on the level, I'm giving up on life. John, this is what you have done to me. I'm just going to turn off the computer, go into the kitchen, grab a knife, put it right to my wrist. I think that one was just too close. And then just go right down the street. Not across. Not across the street. I'm going to go right down the lane and say goodbye. On my suicide note, the cops will find next to me, next to all that blood and cum, there will be just 3 words. Your fault, John. I mean, John did it. I think that's what I'll write. John did it. Are you happy? Are you happy about my suicide? John? Are you happy about my potential demonetization? My $10 that I will not ever get because of you? Because I have spoken the forbidden YouTube words? How weird is that, man? It weirds me out that there are forbidden words. And the more forbidden they are, the more I want to say them. But they're like serious business now. Used to be, people will look at you funny. Now they're life ruining. What the? I take it back. I take it back. This jump is not the worst. It's me walking into thorns from the dropped block. That is the absolute worst way to die in this level. You do all the busy work to get to the very last spot of this damn ordeal, and you just walk into death. That is the absolute worst exponent of my incompetence. Alrighty. Yes, drop there and don't go forward. Don't go forward. Absolute moron. Talking to myself. Okay, please. I choked so hard over there, man. I choked so hard. I was like, I need to whip, but I know I need to jump. I need to whip. I need to jump. I did neither. Everything fell apart. Everything is falling apart. 1 hour, 46 minutes. I just glanced at the other monitor. What did I say? 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to start just screaming and yelling, letting go of this rage that is being pent up in my breast. What, do you think I'm immune? Do you think I am impervious to the gamer rage? Oh, it's happening. The salt is happening. This is worse than Dark Souls salt. This is worse than streamer baby rage. This is John Umbrage. A new form of self-destruction of the self. Destruction of the self. Destruction of critical thinking. Destruction of composure. Going to be nothing. Just an empty vessel. To be filled with the most pure forms of rage. They will call me the Undone, Rage itself, Splinter of Umbrage. I'll embrace these new monikers. Holy crap, what is happening right now? Oh man, the Celeste soundtrack is going to loop in a complete circle, isn't it? It's all collapsing right now. It's all dropping into the abyss. Everything is devoid of meaning. Nothing can be done to assuage the despair I'm feeling right now. Okay, it worked. It worked, but then I choked. Like anytime anything even remotely unexpected happens, it's like it throws me completely out of the rhythm, and I do not have the capability of recovering. Like there's a way that this is supposed to play out. If it doesn't play out that way, might as well restart. Don't try to even save it. Oh man, it's all right. Just play some Rogue Tower. Just play some Elden Ring, roaming around the open world, having no idea where you're going. And put me in the background, and then we can be partners in despair. We can be partners in growing hollow. Okay? We're sharing the video gaming experience of setting a challenge in front of you that you shouldn't. Why you do this to yourself? You idiot. Holy crap, I thought I was dead and then I was. That's a new way of dying, isn't that incredible? A new fantastic way to get completely wrecked. Jump straight into the lava. I thought I was out of new ways of humiliating myself, but no. There's always a new, incredible, new tactic to make a fool out of myself. This point is like an endurance challenge. It's no longer a challenge of skill. Can I have the skill to get this done? It's endurance. It's, do I have the endurance to just not stop until this is done? And like I said, it's so counterproductive because you take a break, come back in an hour, you'll be so much better. It's like your motor memory gets refreshed somehow. And you no longer make the same really, really dumb mistakes. What the hell just happened, man? I don't know. But there's a part of your brain that is so intensely stubborn. No. But refuses to admit that you're doing things wrong. What? Why? What? Why? What? Why? Why? What? Alright, so jump on the snake. Double jump and stay aloft as the blocks drop. Okay? I'm alright if the double jump, whipping the thing and waiting on the thing. I'm okay if I mess that up. If I mess up the part where I jump on the snake, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. I'm gonna be a little mad. I need some water. I'll be right back. All right. I have eaten a delicious cookie. Homemade. My wife makes the best, absolute best cookies. And you know, often that's like an exaggeration because you want to flatter your significant other. Oh, it makes the best X or Y or Z. Zero exaggeration here. I have never tasted better cookies than the cookies my wife makes. Maybe because I am particular. I love oatmeal plus chocolate chips plus nuts cookies. That was just elite. What just happened? Absolute beauty. Oh. Yes. Yes, baby. Oh, a break. A break. You take a break. You drink some water. You eat an energizing cookie. Do you guys see the stats? Damn it. They were on the top corner. The number was 9 hours something. A little shameful. A little shameful. But very happy. It's over. I can't believe it's over. Let's go back in there and remember the good times. Remember when this level pack was actually easy? When you go into this particular bit of the level and it's like, oh, this is really not that bad. What were they talking about? Man, if I don't pass the very first level, it's gonna be pretty damn shape. Why is that not working? I'm a little confused. I think I just need to jump up. Look, it's been a while since I played through this. Okay, there we are. Psh. Remember when we went through this? Anyway, I'm very happy. Very happy. It's over. Get me out of here. Ah, John. I will never touch anything that you do anymore. I am done. My life has been a nightmare since I met you. Thank you for creating this level pack and providing so much suffering to me. I appreciate it. Obviously, you didn't do it for me, but I appreciate that you did it for the community in general. I never want to see you ever again.